Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Conanan. Tonight's topic is understanding suicide and depression. And joining us still are Dr. Joyce, Joyas, psychiatrist, and of course, a good friend, Kenny Ngo. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming to the show. And welcome again to our third and final segment. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. Kenny mentioned bad thoughts. Now,
bad thoughts.
Joyce, why is it that bad thoughts manifest themselves? Bad thoughts.
Bad thoughts in depressed patient.
Yes.
Okay. Because, again, it's a chemical imbalance. Whatever you do, it's still there. It never goes away. And it starts with you feel that you can't do anything about it.
Powerlessness.
Powerlessness.
Okay.
You feel it will not change. Whatever you do. Some of the people here, they tried coping up. I mean, you tried coping up. I presume you tried.
I did.
What did you do, Ken?
I wrote poems. I tried to talk to my friends.
What about that whole focusing on the positive? Did you try that? I mean,
at that time, I would say no. But eventually, like now, because a lot of people think, oh, you tried to kill yourself. Are you gonna do it again? I would say that everyone who's done it at least once, it's a constant thing. It's just there. And I would say that, the bad thoughts, it's on everyone's head. It's just that the ones who are depressed, they're weaker, so they can't handle it better. I would say now I'm stronger. I still have those bad thoughts. I still have really bad days. When something life-changing happens, a heartbreak, losing a job, anything that happens with my family, it's a thought that, that goes to my head. But now I can say, no, I'm going to focus on what I can do to resolve this. I hold on to a couple of statements that I really find is very empowering. One is, this too shall pass. Whatever thing that is happening to you right now,
it's not as bad as it seems. It's going to pass. It's
temporary. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad. But you know
temporary.
what? It's going to pass.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I always try to remember is, this is a temporary situation. Let's not put a permanent solution. I did that before, and I think to myself, I'm so lucky. I was not fortunate to have been able to kill myself, because now I have a son that I live for, who needs me. I'm able to do good things for people around me. And what I try to give back. If I see anyone, even on Facebook, post something, I private message that person, even if I don't really know that person, it's just an acquaintance, and I say, talk to me.
See, I mean, okay, guilty as charged. Sometimes, that's a problem with society. We don't understand this problem.
Yes.
And when you hear, let's say on Facebook, you see some people posting stuff, and you dismiss it. This is nonsense. Drama. He's being a drama queen, or she's being a drama queen, or this is too much, drama.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. No? What do you think about that?
I don't
Joyce?
think it's bad for you to like what she did. She private message that person who put something on Facebook. It might help. It might help in some way, but it might not help the other way. So it depends. So you can ask, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
But don't say, I've seen your posts. What's happening?
Yeah, don't.
That person might not really dwell his or her problems to you, because he will be more evasive.
Yeah.
So just say, hey, how are you? You want to meet up sometime?
Yeah.
True.
Stuff like that.
Or just
start
say,
from there.
just say things like, hey, saw your post. I'm just here if you need to talk.
Yeah. The mere fact that you inform that person that somebody's here to listen.
That's really a big help.
Yes.
It is. And I've gotten those calls in the middle of the night from people I'm not close to. Like an acquaintance at work calls me at 3 in the morning. And at the moment I say hello, just cries for 2 hours. And I could be upset, it's my day off, why are you calling me, we're not even close. But I think to myself, this is exactly what we need. And I'm lucky to have survived, because I had friends who were on standby 24/7. Kenny just called me, and I do that. I'd call them 1 in the morning, 1:30, and I just cry. I won't say anything. I just cry, because sometimes you just need someone to just be there.
Just to listen.
You know the solution to your problems at times. We just need someone to, to just hold your hand and just be there for you. If not
say anything,
physically,
just the
and
presence,
no judgment,
just the feeling,
exactly.
no judgment.
Non-judgmental.
Just to know someone is there.
And the problem is sometimes when you go to people, instead of giving solace, they end up giving you a lecture, no? And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, in your case, that is what, I mean, that's the last
It
thing you want
pushes
to
you
hear.
away. Yeah, it pushes you away. You know, you learn to hide things.
Joyce?
There, you have sets of friends.
Sure.
I mean, not all of them would judge you.
Yeah.
You can choose like, this friend of mine can listen to me. I can call him
Yes.
any time of the day. If among your closest friends you don't have it, probably someone from Facebook or someone from Twitter, someone from Instagram.
Oh, you know, actually,
someone-
I went through before
Yeah.
a cigarette vendor on the
Yeah.
street. I was walking, I was depressed, I went through a major heartbreak, and I was just really sad, and I knew that all my friends were so over my story. So I sat down with a cigarette vendor, and I just said, can I just talk to you? And you know, my take is I had nothing to lose. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. I just needed to talk. Or else, you know, I felt like I'm going to go crazy. I'm not going to do anything, you know, crazy, but I felt like I just had to talk.
And it helped you.
Yeah, it did. And you know, after that, he said he was going to pray for me, and he gave me really sound advice. I don't remember what he looked like. I don't remember what his name was.
But it helped.
I'm sure I made an impression on him. But it helps. Reach out to someone. Someone out there will always care enough.
No, okay, Joyce, like in the West, where people are, I mean, like families are spread far apart over different states,
Yes.
and they live thousands of miles, thousands of kilometers away. Now, this thing is more common. I mean, it's this sense of disconnection is more common. But here in the
Yes.
Philippines, I mean, the Philippines, I like to say it's a small town. I mean, like you have, you have kamag-anaks everywhere,
Yes.
no?
But unfortunately here in the Philippines, when you have problems, you don't discuss it among yourselves, right? It's cultural.
Yeah.
When you
Filipinos
have,
are not really
Filipinos are like, when
pretty
you have
private.
problems, like, sealed your lips.
Kasi nakakahiya.
Nothing's,
It's embarrassing. Let's,
No one should talk about the problem.
Don't bring out your dirty laundry.
Yes.
You know, for everyone to
So
see.
you go out with friends. So again, that's the advantage of social media. You can talk to your friends even abroad. They understand. You know, these people from Western, you know, friends from America. You can even, I'm having a little hard time, and then they would understand because that's their culture there.
Yeah.
Or have a support group.
Have a support
Have a
group.
support group. Actually, I'm really happy that, you know, in the Philippines, we now have a support group for people who are thinking of suicide.
Yeah.
on,
we
on
have.
Facebook or
I
is there
saw
a
them on
number you
Twitter.
can
There's a
call?
number,
Yeah.
but they're also on Twitter. I think it's NG Philippines Philippines PH, and you can just call them.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
NG
a-
Foundation.
Their
PH,
NG Foundation
Suicide
PH.
Prevention.
Yes.
I think the number is 804-4673. So
Yes.
people, I mean,
That's
this is the
804 HOPE, actually, if you look at it.
804 HOPE, and it's 804-4673. And that's the
Yes.
hotline.
Yes,
the
it's a
suicide
hotline. They have counselors who will answer the call 24/7. You know, when I first saw that, I retweeted it. I posted about it. I just wanted to
You
tell
could really
people.
save lives. No? But
Yeah, you do. I
And
mean,
if I may mention, we also have a support group for mood disorder at Makati Medical Center.
Mood disorder.
Yes, these are
Bipolar.
bipolars, anxiety patients, depressed patients. We have that at Makati Med. It's called Mood Harmony. These are group of patients recovering, survived depression, survived the episodes of mania during having bipolar. So you can join there. It's every second Saturday of the month at Makati Medical Center.
Okay. Now, for people who encounter, for us to encounter people who could have depression or who could be in that stage, what are the things that you should say to them or shouldn't say to them quickly before we end?
I always advise my patients, you empower yourself.
What do you mean?
How do you empower yourself? You count things or you just list them down, simple things. List down the things that you've done good today. You know,
So like
I
affirmation.
smiled, yeah.
Yeah.
Just affirm yourself you've done something good because that's what they need. Like, I smiled at my office mate whom I haven't talked for a while and she smiled back. That's one thing you feel good about, right? And then you write down 5 of it. At the end of the day, try to review it. The next day, you do it again. After 21 days, it becomes a habit already. You keep on writing and writing when you feel good about yourself. And then you don't look yourself as somebody not worthy
Hopeless.
or living.
Yes. Kenny? What do you
To add to
suggest?
that,
Yeah.
you could also, I did this before. I asked my friends, my very closest friends, to write a letter to me about if my presence in their life actually made an impact. And it was so overwhelming because even people that I just had contact in passing wrote letters to me saying that, something I did actually changed their life, or that, they've improved because of me. And I have that with me. And if I'm feeling really down, I read it. If the thought of my son is not enough, I reaffirm it that, my existence in this world means something to someone. And I can still do a lot of good. Not everyone loves me, but there are people who love me and who value me, and I don't need everyone to love me. I just need to be able to accept myself, which is also a reason, one thing is you have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to value yourself. And it's a very long process. It's
not
very
easy.
hard.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
not easy.
first before you can love yourself, that's hard. You have to empower yourself. You have to appreciate little things from yourself.
It's
Right?
it's
Very
it's
nice,
always that
yes.
way.
Yeah, I
And
can see I can see it,
don't
yeah.
be scared to reach out.
Yeah. And
If this person doesn't, you reach out, they reject you, reach out to someone else. And if for any reason you have no one, really just no one, then just talk to yourself. The fact that you're here, you exist, it means you matter.
Joyce?
And of course, if you have friends who you think are suffering from depression or needs help, there are people who can help. Actually, there are lots of people who can help. Professional, I'm a psychiatrist. It's no longer like if you go to a psychiatrist, you're insane, you're like in Tagalog, you're baliw.
No, we should remove that stigma. I mean,
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is the point of this show. We want to, make people
it's
think
no
differently
longer,
about that.
When you have anxiety, panic
It
attack,
happens to, as we see, a
stress.
whole lot of people, no?
Yeah.
Jano Gibbs just came out
Exactly.
recently. All these famous
Yes.
people coming out saying that they, at one point in their lives, suffer from this.
And it's always a choice.
it's
I say that to myself every day. Today when I woke up, I wasn't feeling well. My son was sick. It's like everything's gone wrong. And I posted something on Instagram, and it was, you can choose to be miserable or you can choose to be happy. And I said, I chose to be happy. I chose to love myself, and I choose to live. That's my, when people ask me what your greatest achievement is, I say, I choose to live.
Ladies, unfortunately, the show goes very fast when you talk about topics like this. But we have 1 minute to close. I want to have last words. Let's start first with Joyce.
I just
Dr.
want
Joyce.
to remember. I just want to share that there are people who can help you. There are people who can help you out there. You are not alone. Remember, it is not a bad life. It's just a bad day.
That's nice. It's not a bad life. It's
It's
just a
just
bad
a bad
day.
day.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Exactly.
How about you, Kenny?
For
Last
me,
words, yeah.
I've tried to, do it twice. I didn't succeed. Don't try it. Don't even attempt it. Reach out to someone. Talk to someone. Love yourself. You matter. No matter how many times someone says you don't, you matter. The fact that you exist, you matter. Reach out. Talk. Write about it. If you have to be anonymous, just do something except end things permanently.
And please, I want you to mention your blog, because your blog could be very interesting to people now. And
And for those who might be interested, I do share what I go through daily. And, I've gone through a lot. It's www.lifeiskulayful.com. You can see it under the label Heartbreak. And, I share my story. I hope that, in any way it touches you and it reminds you that, life is beautiful. You matter.
see, you're not alone. So you can go and check out Kenny's blog. And of course,
Thank
we mentioned the hotlines available. And you mentioned also Makati Med. There's a support group there
Yes,
in
support
Makati
group
Med.
in Makati Med.
Every 2
and
weeks.
every second Saturday and
Second
fourth
Saturday.
Saturday, 10 to 12.
10 to 12. So that
You can call Makati Med. It's 8888-999, and then you can get in touch with the psychiatry residents for
Perfect.
the schedule of mood harmony support group.
Perfect. Ladies, thank you so much for coming to the show and talking about this. It's such an interesting topic. And let's definitely feature more of this in the days and weeks to come.
I hope
Sure.
so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So guys, I hope you understood now a lot about the topic of suicide and depression. Join us again next year in the show where we talk about matters to you, because you guys matter the most. I'll see you next week.